A kingdom divided cannot stand. Matthew 12:22-28, Mark 3:22-26, Luke 11:14-20. What it meant in Jesus' time. Jesus had just cast out a demon from a man who was blind and mute, healing him completely. The people were amazed, but the Pharisees, in their jealousy and hardness of heart, accused Jesus of casting out demons by the power of Beelzebub, Satan. Jesus exposed their twisted logic, saying, "Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself will not stand. If Satan casts out Satan, he is divided against himself. How then will his kingdom stand?" Matthew 12:25-26. Jesus made it clear, Satan does not fight against himself. If he was casting out demons, it meant that God's power was at work, not Satan's. This was a direct challenge to the Pharisees, who claimed to follow God but rejected the very power of God in front of them. How it applies to today's world. This warning is still relevant today because many are still blind to the truth and attribute God's work to evil, while embracing sin and deception as good. Isaiah 5:20. A divided kingdom in the world today. We see division everywhere, in governments, churches, families, and society. People are at war with each other because they are not built on God's truth. Even churches that claim to follow Jesus are divided, teaching false doctrines, ignoring God's commandments, and replacing His truth with traditions of men, Sunday worship, Christmas, Easter. Satan's deception in religion. Just like the Pharisees accused Jesus, many today reject the truth and believe lies. They accuse true followers of legalism while embracing lawlessness. They promote false teachings like the prosperity gospel, the rapture doctrine, and the Trinity ideas that never came from the Bible, but from men. A divided life in sin. Many people today claim to believe in Jesus but live in sin. They watch pornography, worship money, indulge in drunkenness, vanity, and selfish pleasures, yet they still call themselves believers. But Jesus said, "No one can serve two masters." Matt 24. You cannot live in sin and expect to be part of God's kingdom. The two types of people. Those who follow God's kingdom. They stand on God's truth, obeying His laws, including the Sabbath and feasts. They reject false doctrines, following only what is written in Scripture. They seek righteousness, turning away from lust, greed, drunkenness, and pride. They understand spiritual warfare, knowing that Satan cannot fight against himself and that only Jesus has the power to overcome evil. Those who live in a divided kingdom. They claim to follow Jesus but reject His commandments. They believe lies, embracing false doctrines, pagan traditions, and lawlessness. They are addicted to sin, trapped in pornography, social media distractions, vanity, and greed. They call good evil and evil good, just as the Pharisees accused Jesus of working by Satan's power. Will you stand with God or be part of a divided kingdom? Jesus made it clear. A divided kingdom will fall. If you are trying to serve both God and sin, you are already falling. Are you truly following Jesus or just claiming to? Are you standing on truth or living in deception? The choice is yours. Jesus has shown the way. Will you follow, or will you be part of the divided kingdom that falls?